What's up? It's Friday, and it is the Weekly Chatter Live. I am Joshua Harrell, and this is my co-pilot, Jason Block. Jason?
How are we, sir? Hey, everybody.
I am well. How has your week been? I've been out of the office for a wee bit.
It has been a busy, productive, a little crazy on the home front at times, but overall, a great week.
Wow.
Yes.
So I really thought where you were going with that is that it was super productive because I wasn't here this week.
No, that is not true.
But man, you probably summed up many of our viewers what's going on in their lives.
Yeah,
And it is the holidays and life is going on. Oh, Cynthia!
We're keeping it real. Hey
Cynthia
there.
jumped in. Hello, Cynthia from Birmingham. Good to
love
see you
the new chat on the video.
on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Friday to you, Bill. Our Evan is working the chat for the first time.
Is that a Super Mario costume?
I think
Bill
it
is
is.
working in that picture.
I think it is.
like that.
I think it is. Sorry, we got distracted.
That reminds me of a story I have to tell you later.
Okay.
Later in the show, remind me. Super Mario.
Okay, I'm making.
If we get to it.
Take a letter, Maria. Address it to my wife. Okay. So anyway, if you are new, welcome. This is our weekly wrap up that we started. It's going to be 3 years ago next Friday. Our 3-year anniversary.
That is insane.
Yeah. And it started as a silly show to have fun, kind of blow off some steam with members of our network. And it has gone well beyond that. It has still stayed silly, but it is now worldwide and podcasty. And now we are strictly on YouTube, which Andy, one of our members, Andy, was telling me, and I think I said this last week, he said he loves that he can watch us on his smart TV. So,
yeah, girl.
It's a frightening thought.
I love it. My dreams of world domination
Beaming into
true.
living rooms.
Yes. But if you do
Around.
want to chat with us, so you can still chat with us on YouTube. You watch us on your smart TV, and then you log in on your phone, and then you can chat with us there.
Do you have to hold it down here?
No, that's how I do it. I do it. So if I go to an event where they send out a program of like, here's the photos of everybody who's at the event.
Yeah.
I will forget somebody's name, even if I've been introduced to him. So I take a picture of the book, and then I put it on my phone. So then when I'm sitting across from them, I'm like, oh, Susan, you are so funny. And then it makes them feel...
You can't let your trade secrets out like that. So if you're sitting across from Joshua and he's glancing at his lap, odds are he doesn't know your name.
You know what? I always wear a name tag, so I'm also trying to encourage that. But I'm trying to give you guys tips because that's the way that you can, if you remember somebody's name, even though I'm saying that I don't remember someone's name most of the time, they're like, wow, and especially if their magnificent other or their plus one is with them, you're somewhere, whatever, the plus one is like, wow, you made an impression, and that's how meaningful relationships get built.
You are spot on.
Wow. Where's my? I'm in the pulpit. I'm giving my sermon. But anyway, sorry, I digress. So if you are new, welcome. Please stay tuned, and we've got lots to talk about. Some things that are going on within the Travel Network, as well as we've got Velma's going to join us with the top 3 in invoiced revenue for the last 7 days. That's always exciting. I love hearing from Velma. Coming in from Texas. And then coming in from New Jersey, we got Erica, who's going to tell us what you can't miss that's going to be on air next week. And some of it is public, so anyone can join. But if you are a member of our network, then there's a lot of content that you get to see. So she talks a little bit about that stuff. So we've got guests, we've got some other things to talk about, but you had a busy week. It was productive.
I feel like it's one of those weeks that's felt like 3 weeks.
Really?
You ever get those?
In the sense of like it dragged on, or you compressed so many things into
it,
one.
it didn't drag. No, it feels like it went by like that. But it's hard to actually remember Monday at this point.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. In fact, if you pressed me right now live, what'd you do on Monday? I'd have to sit and think about it a minute.
Yeah, I feel, and I guess producer Evan feels the same. So I'm trying to figure out producer Evan. He has these sound effects, and they are in response to something that we've said, but I'm trying to figure out what it means.
Show
Like
me the money.
yeah, like I want to know like
What's really in his head when he
yeah.
presses that button?
Now he can't claim "Yeah, girl" because that was the one that I
No,
found.
Yeah,
But
girl.
but it is
An oldie but a goodie.
It is an oldie but a goodie, but you've seen it when we've been at different events.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody will holler out, "Yeah, girl!" And got to do it in a British accent. So I love that. But anyway, yeah, producer Evan is behind the camera doing the magic. And I also just want to give up some props to producer Paul. And I think we've also got a producer, Abinay, that helps because our studio was a death trap, basically, with cords and things.
I'm impressed.
It's tidied up greatly. So I just want to big
It's
shout
much more
out to
comfortable.
all three of them for working together to make our studio more comfortable.
But yeah, it's been we have so much stuff coming down the pipe, Joshua,
Yes,
that this week it's been great, but just a lot.
yes.
Yeah.
And so
You had a busy
I
week.
don't remember Monday and Tuesday. I was here, but I don't remember. And then I got the opportunity to go on a pre-inaugural
So how was
of the Celebrity Ascent. And have you been on many celebrity ships?
You know what? It's been a minute since I've been on a celebrity ship.
Okay. It is, so when our members talk about like they love celebrity and their clients love celebrity and even their clients are talking to other travelers and saying, "Oh, they compare the different classes of ships they're in it." I can get it because even though I've only been on the Apex and the Ascent, similar class, there are subtle nuances that make each ship unique. And I mean,
Sure.
that's the same with all cruise ships. But something that I sat next to two travel advisors. One has retired.
Okay.
One is still doing it and kicking butt. But I'm sitting next to, we're having lunch, and they're chatting, and they're going off about this, that, and the other. And the one that had retired said she's all about fitness right now. And she was doing that while we were ordering dessert. So I think she was just trying to say, it's excused, right? Like, I'm going to do my exercise. But one of the things that she pointed out to me, the ship is beautiful. The cabin's beautiful. Everything is beautiful. I love the artwork in Celebrity. It's very, or the ships that I've been on, it's very abstract and modern.
Okay.
There's sculptural pieces. There's photography. That's really cool. But what she said that I thought was fascinating is the track. Normally, that people who want to do walking or jogging, they're just going around one level.
Right.
This is done in a figure eight. And it's done where it's kind of like, those old race car sets.
Yeah.
It's got like a ramp, so you've got uphill and downhill,
cool.
whatever. And she thought that was a very simple touch.
That's pretty cool.
To make it different. And also I said, those inclines give you a little extra work. And she's like, yeah, but I'm going to have some apple pie a la mode. So, that's going to be where I get the energy. So it's really, really cool. But that was just, one of the touches. And I love when I get to talk to advisors who have been doing this for a long time, and they remember ships that were, basically like a jungle cruise, right? Like that's and then so when they talk about how, I remember this line and this line, when they say that this is very different, I listen. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's interesting. So the figure eight. Well, it might not be the main point. I'm sure celebrity executives right now are at home saying, is that really the best you can do?
That's what he walked away with.
Yeah, that's what he walked away with.
That was the lead bullet on
Yeah,
the,
that was the lead bullet that I had. But
Yeah.
no, it was beautiful, and I just want to thank our friends at Celebrity for inviting us and some of our members to be a part of the naming ceremony. Is actually they're setting sail, or they've already set sail today for the naming ceremony. So very excited about that, and can't wait to share some photos on our social media channels.
Yeah, very cool.
So, anything?
Welcome back.
Yes, I know you missed me when
I
I'm
did.
gone. Yeah. So, so this week I do remember we had our all call, which
Yes, we
is
did.
when our monthly call with our leadership team and our members. We do it live, and then it's also available on recording, and then. We post an after show where we answer questions that we didn't get to during the all call. But one of the things that came up is I used to get notifications when you were going live. I used to get notifications on Facebook when you were going live.
Saw that.
So I wanted to make sure, we mentioned we're fully on YouTube now. We're YouTube channel, we're making it a thing. You're going to watch our YouTube channel because it's going to grow. So you have to subscribe to it, and even in the events portion of World Via Pro, you will always find the show, and it will always link to the specific episode that's going to be airing, and you can hit a little ringy-dingy bell, and that's your notification. So you won't be getting it from Facebook. You'll be getting it there. So I wanted to address that because that is a big difference.
Good job.
But you know what? Keep chatting with us because we like to see what's going on. But producer Irvin's just trying to keep us focused, right? There we go. Danielle said, "Happy Friday, everyone! I finally made Super Agent and already
Woo!
received a lead.
Awesome.
Super Agent
Yeah, girl.
status is a part of Agent Profiler, which is one of the perks of being a member of our network. And the World Via Way is what we teach you in building that profile.
That's right.
And we do many workshops there's lots of training that you can get from Agent Universe.
Sure.
But our way, I mean, I do it like the Mandalorian, the World Via Way is your fastest way to getting super agent status and getting those leads. So congratulations, Daniela.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Super, super proud of you. And everybody, if you haven't gone in and done an Agent Profiler workshop, get up on it, okay? Please do. And then that also, I can kind of segue, because I told you I wanted to talk about our advisor showcase.
You did.
Do
it.
But now I feel like I've been talking all the time because
Okay,
I was doing that.
I'm just here enjoying the sounds of your voice, Joshua.
My soothing voice. Oh, I just spat all over the place. Sorry about that. So one of the cool things about World Via Pro, which is specifically for our members, it is the platform where all those powerful World Via tools live. Within there, I mean, not only can you get to supplier source, all the supplier information, you get news and updates, you get our events, you get access to our Passport learning courses, but you get our tools, our powerful tools, our technology. And one of them helps build your profile on worldvia.com. Sorry, I don't want to call it a profile. It's an advisor showcase, okay? So you can use our content generator to help you build the story, and you make that story your own, but within, I'd say, 7 minutes, if you did it sloppily, you could be live and on worldvia.com and start generating leads. And we know, because this one over here, he's got dashboards. We know that there's a lot of you that haven't even published that profile yet, and it takes so little time to do it. So please get on it. There's so many other tools, powerful tools that we could do a whole show or a series of shows about it. However, I just want to call out that you guys should be on worldvia.com. It's free if you're a member of our network, so please take advantage of it. It's the advisor showcase, and it's connected to the website builder. Am I saying that right? I want to make sure I'm saying the connection of the two.
You're saying it correctly.
Yes. All right. I had to think about it because I was a part of it. I'm just saying I had to make sure it didn't get into some kind of
You have it right.
subset. So that is exciting. The other thing that came out on the all call was our gym benefits for 2024. We had some upgrades to that program, as well as the 2023 revenue qualifications. So I'm gonna see. I already feel like I tripped over the site builder and advisor showcase. So I'm gonna. Can you talk about?
Excuse me.
It's the 2024
Yeah.
gem status,
That's how it all works.
but it's based on your 2023 revenue.
Right.
Traveled sales, right?
I'll explain.
Yes, much better than I will.
Okay. First of all, the program runs for the calendar year. The level you start at in January is based on your commission revenue that you generate in the prior year. So that's kind of your starting point and your baseline. But if your business grows and you achieve a higher level, you can upgrade your level for the year that you're in, and that will then carry forward to the next year. So it's kind of like an airline frequent flyer mile program. Everything you're doing this year is counting towards your level for next year, but if you level up, you are leveled up for the next year and for the rest of the current year. I don't know if I said that to make it more confusing or less, Joshua, but number one, it's based on commission revenue paid by suppliers and received by you.
Yes,
So it is not sales, it is based on commission.
yes. And it is based on the total commission earned on the booking.
Correct.
That's the question I kept getting asked during the all call. So,
Yes.
yes. So, if you want to learn more about the GEM program, it is travelquestnetwork.com/GEM, and you can see how it's all structured, and you can see all the cool benefits, and the fact that next year we're gonna have a Love Travel, Live Travel shirt.
Yes.
So, if you missed the all call, please go back to Worldview Pro episodes and watch it. But also, I'll just say it here. When we send you an email that asks you about your t-shirt size, that is why we're doing it. So I just feel like that could be a questionable email that you might get. What's your t-shirt size? So maybe like, why do you need to know? I don't know. But so we have a few show and tell items. So as many of you know, I decided that I was going to start collecting knockers, door knockers, and we're going to somehow one of the producers are going to get them hung on the wall in here. But we have a squirrel knocker. And now we have, I can't tell if it's a dragon. Can you go to camera 3 there? I'll kind of push it in. Do you see that? I don't know if that is a dog or a dragon.
I think that's like a.
Do you think it's a dog?
Like a gargoyle. It's like I think
That's what
it is.
Mike said.
Mike, you are.
But it's like a Chinese dog or a dragon.
What?
Not a gargoyle.
It's a gargoyle.
Okay. Well, anyway, new knocker to be added to the studio. So I'm gonna put it down with just to remind everybody. Here's the squirrel knocker.
Important question on the t-shirts.
Okay.
Start talking about t-shirts. Now we got people's attention, John.
Yeah. Merch. Merch.
Men's t-shirts, women's t-shirts, or just one generic unisex. I believe they will be styled. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm just going to answer that. I'm not even going to ask you. There will be men's shirts and women's shirts, depending on the cut that you like.
Yeah.
If you're a man and you prefer the women's cut, be my guest, or vice versa.
Yeah, no, that's exactly
Whatever
what
you
I would have said. Yeah.
Yes. Good.
Yeah, we're gonna make it super easy, but we're just excited. So that's. I mean, it's a small perk for the
Yes.
gym program, but I'm just saying. One of our hashtags is Love Travel, Live Travel, because that's the whole part about.
That's what we do.
Yeah, being a travel pro, a travel entrepreneur, travel advisor. You love travel, so why not live it?
That's right.
So anyway, that's that we're excited about that. But please check it out. Again, TravelQuestNetwork.com/gem. The other thing that, since I'm telling you to go to TravelQuestNetwork.com, we've got our road shows coming up, touring the country. You get to see these mugs and some others in a city near you. So please go to TravelQuestNetwork.com/roadshows. These are our premier sponsor is Sandals and Beaches. So they're going to be at every single one, along with a whole slew of some fabulous partners.
Yeah.
So very, very excited about our road shows. And there's still space in all of them, so please register. As soon as
Roadshows are
possible.
great. I mean, especially if you're, no matter where you are on the spectrum of your business's maturity, they're really terrific ways to, if your business is mature, it's a great time just to get out of your normal daily environment for a day, hear some things, network with some people. You'll at least leave with one thing that will help you take your business to the next place, or even just give you that little mini break. But if you're newer in the spectrum, what a great way to really get your business going. Then kind of immerse yourself for a day with suppliers and other people who are doing it. And there's definitely gonna be a lot of great learning. So I love the road shows. It's awesome to connect with all of you, and everyone who's been to them. The reviews we've received over the years from the road shows have been just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So if you're on the fence, if you're thinking, oh, is this worth a day of my time? Yes, it is. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, it totally is. And you say one thing to boost your business.
Yeah.
I would say it's 5. Some of them are going to be very tactical things.
Sure.
But some of them is just that motivation, that connection. Sometimes you need to see someone else who's either walking the same path, or maybe a few steps ahead, or maybe even a few steps behind that you can help lift.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about our community.
Have you ever had the situation, Joshua, where you know the answer, you know what to do about a given problem or situation, and then someone, and for whatever reason, you haven't acted on it.
Yeah.
But then you're in an environment where someone asks you a question. Like, oh, here's my situation, what should I do? And it's the very thing that you know the answer. You know what to do. You just haven't done it. And you're able to help them. But at the same time, like, secretly, you're giving yourself that little kick in the pants to, like, I need to take care of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah. Nope. You're 100%
And
right.
I think
there's
it'll probably happen to you
probably
too.
I feel like Freud might have a label for that. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling like that there's probably that's a complex of sorts that maybe someone has.
I can't help you there, but
But also, again, while I'm plugging TravelQuestNetwork.com, please check out TravelQuestNetwork.com/blog, because we don't talk about it very much, but every week there are powerful blogs on marketing, running your business, all sorts of topics. And this week we've got communicating, how to communicate with future customers as well as your existing customers using social media content, blog content. So check out that. Our producer, Evan, also content manager over here, he brings these stories to life, and we're so grateful to him for that, as well as for keeping us so well lit and young looking.
now, when are the Yeehaw and Yeah Girl shirts going to happen? That's what I want to know.
To be announced. To be announced. If you don't think a special shop is opening pretty soon, we've got way too many things.
Or even better. Have you ever seen the cartoon Fairly Odd Parents?
Yes.
I never watched it, but I've seen my kids watch it way back in the day. And I just am picturing this T-shirt with like one of them buzzing around with producer Evan's little bell ringing sound. That would make for a great T-shirt.
Okay.
Just thinking about
So we've stopped selling travel. We're going to go to merch. So expect for that message. Now, Bill's joined us. He said today is National Peppermint Bark Day. What is your favorite holiday treat that you only have during the holiday season? I don't know what it's called, but it's a hot mess of like pretzels, chocolate, salt. It's like sweet and savory. Somebody told me it was called Christmas crack. I feel like that's not like the real name of it, but it's a hot mess, and that is definitely a holiday treat that I could make out with.
Okay, so what's in it? Pretzels,
It's
chocolate, and salt. I heard.
yeah, it's like gooey, and I think caramel's in there too. Anybody helping me out here?
I mean,
with Christmas crack?
kind
No.
of. I mean,
Okay.
I've seen the one where it's like caramel corn plus all that stuff.
That's
And
what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You get it like in a little gift tin.
Yep.
Yeah, that stuff's.
So Bill said, and yes, I'm in a blow-up Super Mario costume worn during a theme night on the 80s cruise.
Oh man,
So
that is.
is this,
fantastic.
since Bill's brought it up,
Yeah.
can we talk about Super Mario? You wanted to
Well, I was just gonna say, it made me think. So, last week during Thanksgiving, we had our nephews
Okay.
in town, right? And they're 7 and 5, and very filled with energy. And we all got together in the evening, and we were gonna watch a movie.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, because my kids are older now, right?
So you thought like
it's-
on Golden Pond, you guys
Well,
were going to go out to
I don't know
a
about
class?
that, like, but you know, I don't know. I figured we were gonna watch something semi-interesting.
Okay.
And before I knew it, I looked up for my phone because I was looking on my phone, and we have Disney Plus fired up, and the choices were between the Super Mario Brothers movie and some other movie that I didn't even register what it was. So we ended up going with Super Mario.
Was it good?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't
Okay.
bad, but I was not in the frame of mind for, like a kids movie. There were some funny lines and a lot of good 80s references.
Yeah, see, that's
That
what
was nice.
that's what you're seeing. I think our generation is they're making these movies
Yeah.
now. So while it might look like a
Yeah.
kids movie, they're sneaking in references that were like, yeah. I loved the Thundercats when I was younger, and then there was like a reboot for a short period of
Uh-huh.
time, and they made the Thundercats much more. There was more depth to them, and it made me proud. I was like, I remember the original. I don't know, it was like a secret thing. But listen, we do have some show and tell. Oh, it's called Moose Munch, not Christmas crack. That makes sense. Moose Munch.
Moose Munch is a much better name.
Yeah, thank you. So, we have been trying to we're bringing postcards back. So when you travel, you better get your postcard and send it to. So yes, as you travel around, pick up a postcard. Send it to Weekly Chatter Live. Our address 70 Mansell Court, Suite 100, Roswell, Georgia 30076, USA. Because remember, you're probably somewhere out in the world. You got to put that country in there. But send us a postcard, and we've got two. The first one, we don't know who it's from. It's Palermo, Italy, and it just says ciao.
I don't know who would do such a thing.
I don't know who would do such a thing.
Must have been somebody in a big hurry. Probably
Yes.
getting left behind by the tour group.
Yes, to the point where the exclamation point actually is kind of like shifting off. It was like written and thrown off. So this is from you. You sent this how long ago?
When were we in Sicily? It was.
It's October.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely. It was like middle of October.
Middle of October, and it just arrived this week. Producer Evan, yes. So say you send a postcard to us, and you're like, "Well, wait a minute now. Those guys have never pulled my postcard."
Do you have to do it in the old timey voice?
Yeah, you have to do it in an old timey voice. The reason why is because.
Hey, see here, WB.
But so. Please, just bear with us. Give us some grace because sometimes the post does not move as fast as it should.
Just
But-
the cat's meow.
Yeah.
Sorry. I can't.
But we did get
It's
another
Friday.
one. We did.
Yeah?
Okay, wait a minute. So it's from Mars Cheese Castle in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Is that right? Kenosha?
Yeah.
Wisconsin. Let's see. Hey gang, I finally made it to a noteworthy destination, the Mars Cheese Castle. Just south of Milwaukee, this literal castle of cheese shells, all types of cheeses, crackers, wines, and even has a bar inside. It was very Gouda.
Oh.
Wishing all the best. This is Shana from Pug Leg Leisure.
That
Sorry,
is
that was a
fantastic.
mouthful. And
So I have questions already.
yeah. So
How big is the cheese castle?
can we go to 3 just to show?
It looks like it would be sizable.
I mean,
So are the walls made of cheese? Like the whole thing is made of cheese?
What I find fascinating about this postcard is that,
Is it made of
here
cheese?
Shanna has made like a great description of it.
Yes.
But it looks like they designed the postcard on like I don't know, like on Canva, because that cannot be what it looks like. I mean, it maybe could be in that shape.
I'm gonna
You better
have to do
look
a
it
little
up.
online research.
It's
here.
almost like if you
the
had
Mars
a device.
cheese castle.
Yeah, it's almost
Good
like
thing I
if you
have my
had
laptop
a
here.
device that would have access to all of the information in the world.
Oh, you see, you are incorrect, Joshua, because that's exactly what it looks like.
Oh my gosh, it does. So you guys don't move
Apologies
away from
to
YouTube.
the Mars cheese castle
Yeah,
marketing department.
and Shanna, sorry. Yes, you captured it beautifully. Thank you for sending in the postcard, and guys, please send your postcards our way. We'd love to hear from you. Let's see. I'm trying to go through my list.
They do have a lot of cheese. Look at that.
We did the postcards, my knocker, advisor showcase, celebrity ascent. Is our Tyler Rose waiting for us? Oh, let's see. Happy first day of December. Oh my, OMG. Thundercats, flashback. Thundercats, ho! I had the sword, and it actually
Did
like
you?
the sword of omens, and then give me sight
Now,
beyond sight, and it
wasn't
would
there
light
always
up.
like a rivalry between Thundercats, GoBots, and no, that was GoBots and Transformers. Thundercats and He-Man. Like those were two
Two different time periods, though. That
different
was-
time periods.
Yeah, no, that was two different. I mean, they're close, but He-Man came first. Thundercats came after. But that's okay. Let's.
But was
not-
He-Man already gone?
I think we had actually moved on to She-Ra at that point, and she was a much better show than He-Man was. But that's just my opinion, if you guys agree with me. Let's bring in our Tyler Rose. Miss Velma Tollison, are you there?
I am here. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday,
Uh-oh.
Velma.
We have, there we go. It's you. Oh, it's me. Hey.
Hey.
you, you know Evan. He's fun. Okay.
Yeah,
So
who's keeping you on your toes?
he is. Well, how are you doing this fine Friday?
I'm very well, and our members are they're very well too. We've got some great sales this week, and I have something interesting to add this week. I've been compiling a list. You know how we like lists.
Mm-hmm.
And I am able to tell you that all 3 people this week in the top 3 have been here before. They have been here.
Really?
Yes, I'm going to. Yeah.
Repeat.
Repeat.
I was about to say repeat offenders. What's that? But that's not the one. Like what's a? Is there a sports thing like when they keep winning, like the Stanley Cup? Does that?
A dynasty.
What's a
They're in the
dynasty?
World Series. These are World Series winners. That's what these
Okay.
Yeah.
They're winners. Okay.
are.
They're definitely winners. Okay. So who number 3? And guys, just I just want to do the disclaimer that we don't call out people's names because nobody wants to blow up their spot. So we just call out the sales and the revenue that was invoiced over the last 7 days. So in 3rd place, what were those numbers?
In 3rd place, the gross weekly sales amount is $105,697, and this member's weekly revenue is $10,332. And she sold Celebrity and Delta Vacations. Yeah, those two suppliers. And she has appeared in the top 3 this year. This is her 3rd time.
Wow.
And Yes. In the number 2 spot, gross sales for the week 147,393 with a weekly revenue of 15,544. This member sold Apple and Funjet, and I believe these might have been groups. They kind of look like they were. And she has made an appearance in the top 3 so far this year 5 times.
5
Yes,
times. That's
yes,
amazing.
I know. And you know what? I'm not saying her name, but you know who you are. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so let's
Yeah.
see if Evan has fixed his drum roll dilemma.
Yes.
Mm,
That's pretty poor.
yeah. No, doing it more doesn't help, Evan.
Stop, Evan.
Okay. And in
Okay.
the number 1 spot,
The number 1 spot, and interesting thing about gross sales and revenue, in the number 1 spot, it's not necessarily the highest sales. We already know that. So weekly gross sales is 125,000, but the weekly revenue is 16,555.
wow.
Member sold Viking Ocean, Virgin Voyages, and a group. I think it was a group with Funjet. And he has appeared this year in our top 3. This is his 8th time.
Woo! I love it.
I know. I know. It's
Well,
awesome.
what a great week, and what great success stories.
Yeah.
That's just fantastic. And I know that you're dusting off your suitcase, right? And you're getting your dog Jack. He's got to get packed up so he can go on a little mini break as well, because you're going somewhere next week. Where are you going?
I'm going to be at the Miraval Armony well, we're going to fly into Puerto Vallarta, but it's in, I believe, Punta Mita,
Yep.
in
What
that
to me?
area. And there'll be 41 of us. Yes. Nice little
Wow.
group. Yeah.
So this is our annual Crown Getaway,
Ground getaway.
and it's a I almost said a relaxating. It's a relaxing getaway with fellow members as well as members from our team, and it's going to be a grand time. We started this tradition a few years ago, and we actually started it at Miraval Armony. So this is us coming back again. And Stacy said, "So excited to leave the rain to go to Mexico." So
Yeah.
you will be seeing Stacy there. So I hope you have just the best time, Velma. I know this is going to be a great experience for everyone, but it's the biggest one we've done so far. So you gotta keep them on the straight and narrow, right? That's what you got to do.
Yes.
And Lauren said,
I'm able to do that.
looking forward to seeing everyone. So we've got a lot of people watching right now who are going to be with us. So, Velma, listen, have a phenomenal weekend. Thank you for joining us, and we will hopefully be seeing pictures of you pretty soon
Yes, you
in
will.
in Mexico. Yeah.
All right. All right. Have a good weekend.
All right. Take care. See you next
Bye.
week. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Love Velma.
I love. Yeah, she just brings joy. Yeah,
Yes.
even when she's mad at me, she brings me a joy that I like to. She's not mad at me very often, but you know what? We've had a little silly time, right?
Yes,
We talked
yes.
about the cheese castle. We've talked about
Are you calling the
postcards.
cheese castle silly?
Well, I mean, postcards that take 2 months to get to us.
Yes.
But I think it's time for the headlines. So
Going
now,
early today.
well, I'm trying to follow the show. That's where it is in the show. So
Here's one that's interesting.
well, you gotta wait for the music, and then.
Well, I was talking to you.
Oh, okay. So here's one that's interesting. Okay. I'm sorry, he had me confused. He reshuffled the show.
Gotta flow with it. This is interesting, I think, though, and you're starting to see some media brands push into travel.
Okay.
Right? So one that we've seen for quite some time is Nat Geo, right? And they're getting deeper. So they're doing more things with Disney, and now they're doing things with G Adventures. You're seeing also Sports Illustrated, right? Which I haven't read Sports Illustrated, I'm pretty sure, since like 1990. No offense to Sports Illustrated. But now they're opening hotels, or partnering to open hotels. What do you think about some of these media brands who have great brand recognition breaking into the travel space?
Well, I've had family members who have traveled with Nat Geo.
Yeah.
And they have had remarkable experiences.
Okay.
Okay. So you lost me at sports. So I pretty much kind of
So let's
out.
put it into terms that you might relate to
Well,
more closely.
but no, what I
would
wanted
you
to say is that the only way I really know Sports Illustrated is because it was always a big deal who was on the cover of the swimsuit edition. So
Right.
I'm wondering if they were going to go that route, have that kind of twist to it.
They're looking at opening these in what looks to be mostly college towns.
Okay.
Like college sporting event towns. And so I'm sure they're trying to capture, kind of the road trip aspect. And they're also talking about Orlando. So I'm thinking, okay, it's something very similar to what Disney does with Wide World of Sports.
Yes.
Where they bring in, a sporting event or tournament pretty much every day of the week, every
Okay.
week of the year.
Now that totally makes sense because I didn't really feel like you could build a hotel brand on the swimsuit edition.
Right.
So,
But can you build a hotel brand on Vogue?
absolutely. In fact, if I were to say match up a media company with a cruise line, I would say celebrity equals Vogue. So I could see Vogue having. I think that would be. Vogue people at Vogue. I mean, they're like that was a brilliant idea. It's trademarked. They've already sent in the letter. They've made sure that it was not my idea.
But I think it's interesting though is you see, operators looking to fill inventory and enter into these co-branded relationships, and these media brands looking to monetize their name in a market where people aren't buying magazines as much.
Right.
Right. Have you seen the price, by the way? Quick aside. Have you seen the prices of these magazines now?
No. But this,
My wife, God love her, she was at the checkout aisle at the grocery recently, and she threw on a magazine. Now, normally she doesn't buy them. Normally she'll buy a couple of the gossip magazines, not like the Enquirer or things like that, but like Us Weekly or something like that.
okay.
When we go on vacation, just for something to read at the beach.
Okay.
Anyway, she bought one. It was like $15. And I got home and I looked at the receipt. And I'm like, what is this? $15.
So I'm just going to point out right now that this sounds an awful lot like the way your dad talks about how you drink really expensive coffee at Starbucks, because I'm having flashbacks to him telling that story. No, you're right. It's really expensive. And a lot of it is ads anyway, so I don't know. But there is something about having a magazine. But I do think we know because so many of our members are starting brand new, they're building brand new brands. And you and I have built our own brands over the years. It is very hard to start from ground zero.
Yep.
So if you could take Thundercats and turn it into a hotel or a cruise brand, there's going to be an audience for that. In fact, should I start like a Thundercat affinity group on the Prima? I don't know.
I'm just saying, if you do, I want to be on that sailing. Not with your group, but I want to be there to see it.
Just to watch
Because
it.
I'm pretty confident that would be entertaining to say the least.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, taking these brands that already exist, and we were just talking about the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's a kids movie,
Yeah.
but they put in references that only you would get
Right.
because you were an '80s baby. So,
Right.
anyway, that's very interesting. Do you have other headlines other than that one?
Yeah, there's some other ones, quite a few actually. Let's skip ahead.
We go through some weeks where there's nothing in the news, and then all
I
of a
know,
sudden,
and it's a flurry.
yeah.
So Starlink, internet on board ships, that's been a big topic. Carnival taking a little bit different tact.
Okay.
Excuse me, adding 5G coverage to some of their ships, scheduled to launch in December and be available through early 2024. But it'll work with your wireless carriers
Oh.
on an international plan. So you can do that now, but it's not that fast, and it costs an arm and a leg, right? If you use your mobile plan when you're at sea,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know the details of this, but I think that's interesting, as you know, most of the industry appeared to be kind of jumping on the Starlink bandwagon.
Carnival said,
saying we're gonna tack.
Yeah.
Everyone's
huh,
going this way.
interesting strategy.
Interesting. It is. So keep your eye out for that. MSC. I tell you what. So MSC is playing the long game. We've talked about this before. They are making continued investment and seem determined to break in a meaningful way into the North American market. And now they're making investments in their private island to improve it in the Bahamas. We've seen how important private islands are to the cruise experience, and only getting more important. And even I know many of our viewers and our members sell a lot of cruises. And even if MSC is not your first choice today, you know, and I wouldn't necessarily blame you if that's the case. I'm just saying, long game, don't expect MSC to disappear, I guess is the point.
Yeah.
And we'll want to, as a community, keep them on our radar.
Yeah, I think most definitely, because I've heard, like, when they first really were coming on the scene and trying to break into the North American market, there was one story.
Yeah.
And now it's a completely different story. What I'm hearing, people who are experiencing it.
Yeah.
And then they've got a sister brand in Explora, right? Explora, yes. Sorry. The names were escaping me. So,
And the early reviews on that are
oh,
fantastic.
yeah. Our Terry
Fantastic.
was on one with some of our members and our Lux Luminaries, and
Yeah.
he was blown away. And Terry has been on. I mean, you poke and prod me and say that I'm all about luxury. Terry is the epitome of luxury, and yeah. So he had nothing but wonderful things to say. So.
Let's see. We have a lot of expansions here. Classic Vacations expanding their portfolio with some new exotic programs. So check that out if you're interested in classic, particularly some things in Asia and South America. Every time I see something with Morocco or Zanzibar, I don't know why, but I just go crazy for it.
Yeah.
I have not been to either, but that's getting up there in my top 10 of places I need to go.
Okay.
Just for what it's worth. So if any of you have been to Zanzibar or Morocco, drop it in. Let me know how it is.
Yeah.
Holland coming out with some new incentives for North American passengers, so you can check that out. With Holland, there's some OBCs, onboard credits, and some other things like that are worth note. And Celestial is adding 3 new countries in 24 and 25, going to the Greek islands, of course, which they are kind of known for.
They're a great company.
yeah.
So if you're going to go to Greece,
So they're adding.
definitely.
Let's see. They'll be going to Kefalonia, Katakolu, Corfu, which we were just in Corfu, and Corfu it's very different from all from the postcard Greek island with the the white buildings and the blue roofs, that is not Corfu.
With the blue roofs, that's Santorini.
No, I understand. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Corfu
okay.
is very much not that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Corfu
I'm
is,
sorry.
is
N-
it's not your
Santorini.
stereotypical Greek island.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So check out some of the things from Celestial.
Okay.
That was the express version of the news, Joshua.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you expressed it because I'm not hearing when our friends are joining us. So I have a feeling, yes, producer Evan gave me the thumbs up that Erica is standing by.
Excellent.
And she is ready to tell you what's going on next week, where she's going to be next week, and what you at home need to tune into. So, Erica, hello.
Hi, guys. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How are you?
I'm good. You had me nostalgic with the Sports Illustrated hotels. You know what it made me think of?
What's that?
For a short blip in time, there was a place in New York. It was a competitor to the Hard Rock Cafe, and it was called the All-Star Cafe.
Oh, yes.
And
I know
looked
this
it up.
place.
It was run. Do you remember who opened the
No. Who was it?
the All-Star Cafe in the year 1995?
Yeah, I remember. I thought you meant, do you remember, like, who
Yep. The
ran it?
celebrities were Andre Agassi, Wayne
Okay.
Gretzky, Shaquille O'Neal, and Tiger Woods.
How about
I
that?
have a
I
pint
totally
glass
remember
somewhere.
that place. You have a what?
I have a pint glass
Oh, very nice.
in the relic somewhere.
So what is happening next week? I know we have
On to
a
important
whole
things.
bunch on tap for next week. So take us through it.
I am very excited because I'm headed on the 12 noon plane to Georgia this weekend, and I will be there on Monday for our
To-
very first accelerator at
To
the
Georgia?
Education Center.
That's where I live.
Leaving on the midnight train to Georgia. Woo woo.
Where is the accelerator?
It is right outside your front door, Jason Block.
Oh my gosh.
At the Education Center.
Well, how convenient is that? But you
It
know
is
what? I'm not
pretty
going to be there. I'm going to be in the DR for the first
We're
few
so
days
sad.
of next week. But I will be there by the end of the week. I am so
We're
excited for the
excited.
accelerator.
The accelerator, our group is pretty jazzed. So we are talking up in our Facebook group because you know what also is on Monday? In
What?
the spirit, I think I'm letting out some state secrets here. So don't get
Okay.
mad, okay?
I will
There is a
try to
team.
control myself.
There is a team, a very important official representation of our company there in the office in Roswell,
Mhm.
and they're called the Fun Team. And the Fun Team has announced and identified Monday as a very important day on the calendar. It's National Sock Day. So crazy socks are happening in Roswell, and the accelerators are getting in on the game. So
Okay, so I'm not even a part of the accelerators, but I'm going to be in the office, which means I have to have crazy socks for Crazy Sock Day.
It seems to be the case.
But you're not going to be
I will
here
not be
because you're
here
going to
on
be
Monday.
in the Dominican Republic.
correct.
Okay, fantastic. Oh, sorry.
So, for anybody watching Erica that's been living under a rock, what is the accelerator?
the accelerator is our in-person course for new-ish agents who are looking to get familiar with the travel industry, really understanding the ins and outs of everything from, kind of from the ground up. We're going basics and then building on that. Everything
Right.
that you need to know as both an entrepreneur and also a travel advisor. Those are two different jobs and two important jobs that we do.
And it's all week, right?
It is all week. We come in
So
on
this is-
Monday and we
it's gonna be
leave on
intense.
Friday. This is intense. I have promised sound sleep from Monday night
I-
through Friday night.
go.
And even better, we have announced and shared, if you can't make this accelerator, there are more coming in 2024. So on April 22nd, July 15th, and November 4th, I will be back in Georgia for more accelerators. Yay!
So is
Hey, now,
registration
get in your own
is,
camera.
is registration open for those others?
Not just yet, but it will be very soon. You can mark the date, check in WorldVia Pro under the events. They're already there, so you can start to look for details, and you will be hearing about it. Well, Joshua and Jason will hear first. You guys will hear second, I promise.
You know what? Being number
Also-
2 is not bad.
So what? Okay, so that's a big thing going on next week.
That's a big
And,
thing.
and I can't wait to
Also,
come in
Mondays-
on Thursday. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You just go.
Yeah, I'm not even after Monday yet. We're still on Monday. Because you know what else is happening? Ryan and Bree from Colette are coming for a power talk. So that
Also
will
on
be very
Monday?
exciting. Also on Monday.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And you know what else is happening on Monday?
What?
Roswell is going to be a buzz because the famous Tommy from Carnival Cruise Lines is coming in to sit at the purple curtain for a partner spotlight with Joshua.
Oh.
I'm pointing
my.
to myself, but our producer Evan is not going to 3. Yeah, yeah. He just thought I was dancing, is what he just said. Yeah.
What is that dance?
That in Evan's
Like
world,
a
that's
Pee Wee
a
Herman
dance.
dance?
Yeah, it's like. Yeah. So I'm so excited to have Tommy Panici here from Carnival. Tommy has been such a friend of our company for so long, and he beat every other partner just hands down by sending us a large model ship of the Fantasy. It's hidden now with our holiday fireplace. But I'm just saying it's gonna be. They made a point. They had to insure this thing before it shipped over here, so it's a relic. It is our relic.
I heard there was going to be during this session something about Tommy riding on top of the Carnival cruise ship or something like that. And I can see that they have not told you about that. So the Carnival ship will be prominently featured during Tommy's segment.
Okay.
So that's also on Monday.
So Michelle is asking Erica, is the accelerator for newbies? Because you were kind
Michelle
of addressing it.
Yeah, Michelle is jealous that where did her invitation go? And Michelle, I am pleased to inform you that you personally, I know you, Michelle, you're a little far advanced for the accelerator. So the accelerator is designed for members who are either brand new to the industry, or maybe you've been in the business for a little while, but you're still not really feeling that confident. You're still kind of wondering, how do I get myself all together, and where do I build this foundation from, right? You're realizing, maybe I've been here for a little bit, but my foundation isn't as strong as I need it to be. I got to go back to basics a little bit. So it's for somebody in one of those phases of their business.
That is, I think it's going to be great. So that was just through Monday. What else is going on?
Yeah.
Anything else going on the week?
I'm going to sleep all day on Tuesday and Wednesday. No, just kidding. I'll be in the accelerator. On Thursday, Terry taps in for a Lux Discuss with Stephanie and Jennifer from Palladium. And they're going
very
to be
cool.
talking about TRS, luxury for families, and some unique ways to stay. I know TRS has some pretty fancy suites there, so I think that might be interesting. They might share
Yeah.
some good stuff there with Terry. I've also been to the Chic Cabaret. Have you guys experienced that?
No, tell me more.
Oh, that's the show at the TRS. It is Ooh, tell us more. And it is a
Yes.
performance, a cabaret, is Broadway style almost. And I have to say, it is, for Caribbean all inclusive entertainment, it is hands down one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Well, that sounds great. I remember my wife and I went to, and I won't say the name of the resort. We went to a resort in Riviera Maya, and we went to the show. And we got there. We walk in. It is us and 3 other Russian guys. And they started the show. The performers come out, and the guy says, in his very best broken English, "Welcome to the historical show." And we all kind of looked at each other, and we made it about 8 minutes. But the show you described sounds fantastic.
It is. There's contortionists and performers and singers and
Yeah, that sounds like a
costume
proper show.
changes and
That's
it's a really
That's just a
quite
Tuesday at the
entertaining
Worldview
production.
office.
That sounds really cool. That sounds really
Yeah.
cool. And those Lux Discuss,
Very entertaining.
Episodes are really good. You know, if you're somebody who's looking at breaking into luxury, or you are selling a lot of luxury product, that's a great way just to connect with different providers.
It is. And
Yep.
providers that are entirely luxury driven or ones that have luxury elements to their products. So we're able to speak to multiple different types of luxury customers, even in the Lux Discuss. So, and Terry, for you guys out there, Terry talked about how to find the Lux Discuss existing episodes and registering for new ones on this past week's All Call. So go back and just another reason, if you missed the All Call, to go check that out.
Awesome. Well, Erica, our hour has flown by. Cannot wait to see you in Atlanta. I'm sure we're going to give some sneak peeks of the accelerator while you're here on our social media channel, so please tune into that. So have a phenomenal weekend, and we will see you next week.
See you guys next week. Everybody have a
Bye,
great
Erica.
weekend.
Take care. All right, we've got some quick chats that producer Evan's going to put on the screen, so we're running a little bit over. Rapid fire round. Let's go. Tapestry Travel. Happy Friday, all. I've missed the chatter. I couldn't find a single postcard in Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, but I'm happy to be back with you all.
That sounds like a great trip. First of all, I know we're doing rapid fire here, but very cool trip.
So it's okay that you didn't send a postcard because
We
I'm
still
just
love you.
so excited that you did all that. All right. Rebecca, hi all. I am new, so face red heart shaped. Oh, it's an emoji? Oh, okay.
We got the e-reader version of the
Yeah,
emoji.
sorry. All right. Thank you. Well, welcome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Lisa said, happy Friday. Had a blast on my first Virgin voyage on the Scarlet Lady. Celebrated my sister's 50th birthday and brought friends who were first-time cruisers, and they had so much fun. They booked again. And I tell you what, Virgin's...
Scarlet Lady.
Yep, that Scarlet Lady. She is
Getting
breaking...
some love.
Yeah, she is breaking people into cruising. And
For sure.
when you... They've released the stats that such a small percentage of Americans have actually cruised.
Yeah.
Which means there is such an opportunity, right?
Massive opportunity.
But Scarlet Lady, she is out there. She
Working
is
it.
working it. She is
Stole your
working
line.
it. Yep, she has totally got it. Do we have any more, Evan? Okay, Stacy said, I am 300 away at the end of the year from leveling up. Do I start all the way back from the beginning?
Not at the beginning. You start at whatever level you've qualified for
This year.
based on your 2023 full year.
Yeah, so you take what you finished the year for with in revenue, and you look at what the qualifying
Right.
status is.
So
With the gem
here's an
status.
example. If you qualified for Emerald level based on 2023, you start 2024 as Emerald, but you can, once you qualify for the next one up, you get that for the rest of 2024 and then all of 2025. So when January 1st hits, we'll be all working towards our 2025 status.
Yes. Yeah.
I
All
hope
right.
that answers your
I
question.
think that's it for the questions. I'm glad we went over. Thank you guys for tuning in, whether you watch this live or this is you're watching us on demand. Always a pleasure to do these Fridays with you. And remember, next Friday is a big moment. We got out of the terrible 2s. We're gonna be 3. So
Now we'll be bumping into stuff as we walk around.
yeah, so on behalf of Jason and myself, everyone, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you very soon. Have a wonderful weekend, and as you like to say,
Love y'all.
love y'all. Take care. Bye.